What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka JustTenMoreMinutes, aka the Freaking 10, and we're back here on Tuesday, which means it's warning day. One of my favorite days of the week to just sit back and be able to watch a group starting out and knowing where they've kind of developed, at least for short term, with Queen of the Murder Scene. And I've listened to Choke and Evolve, so I know kind of some of their stuff. But to go back has been such a fun journey to see what y'all have seen towards the beginning of this, with how they write, how they perform, how they're kind of getting their feet wet and understanding the industry that they're about to get into is really cool to watch. When you talk about a title of Free Falling, and I've got the lyrics over here, and I've kind of forced myself not to look at those. At least like the opening line, right? When I bring up lyrics, your eyes automatically want to read. So I've kind of really, I clicked on the link and then I looked away. Because when you talk about a title, Free Falling, if you think about, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and how they did that, it's an interesting topic. So do you go down a path of love? Do you go down brokenheartedness? Do you talk about life in general? What sense will they be singing about? And with their age, and with some of the songs on the album already, my gut feeling says brokenheartedness. But I may be surprised with it. So I'm curious to see, with them figuring out their sound as well, how do they change things up? Do they apply different techniques? Let's figure out and see. That being said, let's switch it up. Let's check it out.
I put my life in your hands. I gave you my trust, and I believed every lie that came out of your mouth.
Okay.
I'm getting soaked in my tears, drowning in my fears. I believe that we had a chance, but it all went away with a single
Very nice.
glance. Nothing has changed. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing that can put out this
Nice.
flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling
Nice.
while I'm free falling.
Okay, so here's what I like about this is the opening lyrics are simple, but the past four songs, I shouldn't say all four. There's been some complexity in there, but this one's a kind of a straightforward, right? I put my life in your hands. I gave you my trust, and I believed every line that came out of your mouth. I'm getting soaked in my tears, drowning in my fears. So very simple, but very effective lines in painting the picture of where this story is headed, right? Your opening verse always wants to set the tone for the rest of the song. Now you can throw in twist, right? With this, you're sitting here, heartbroken, right? You can kind of feel it. But at the end, they could throw a twist in, that rebound. Now, I don't think they've done that in this one. We have yet to see. But they're so effective. And then you get into that, I believe that we had a chance. And I like the tone, right? Because she kind of went up, but then kind of brought it back down for both of those. I believe that we had a chance, but it all went away with a single glance. I really like that line. It's an excellent lyric. But I like how she kind of came up with it, and then at the end, the last couple of words were brought back down. But then that chorus, that's where that power comes in. Nothing has changed. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing that can put out this flame. So you think about, in space, and I think about the re-entry into the atmosphere, and they always talk about how things burn up. Um, and so that gives you that visual that nothing that can put out this flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. So nice little rhyme scheme there. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling while I'm free falling. That right there is a very not just cool line, but the way and the cadence that they delivered that, especially like I'm burning up and there's nothing that can put out this flame. And then now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling while I'm free falling. What shows maturity there is when you're writing something in song, just putting in 4 words, unless you kind of have the beat in your head. And generally when you write something, it's not just a rhyme. It's, at least for me, I should say, I have a melody in my head. So with this one, while they're saying, now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling, they could have sat there and said, while I sat here free falling, or as I lay here free falling, and put something in the front, but they left it very short and sweet. So again, maturity on that side. So I'm curious to see, do they take it in the same way of describing this breakup? Or do they take it to a rebound? Do they take it to recognizing this free falling experience that they're feeling? Let's see.
You took my fantasies, turned my world upside down.
Nice mix.
You wore me down, not knowing you were hurting me this much. Now I can't go back, there'll be no more of us. I believe that we had a chance, but it all went away with a single glance.
Nice build.
Nothing has changed, I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up and there's nothing that can put out this flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling while I'm free falling.
Very simple. I like that.
I believe that we
Very nice.
had a chance, and nothing will change. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing that can put out this flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming and cursing your calling while I'm free
Okay, so just a simple fade out. Okay, there's something in this 153 mark. I'm going to start it at 150. That seems very off.
be no more of us. I believe
So right in this,
to go
actually it was a little bit earlier too.
this much.
Listen to
Now I can't go
that.
back. There'll be no
Okay, so it works, but it was very weird with that quick little step up because it almost sounded like a skip. right? If you listen close to this, they change and it's like da da da. It sounds weird at first, but then on the second one, you see where they were going with it.
Now I can't go.
Yeah, did you hear? If you listen to that right there,
Now I can't go back there.
but once you hear it, then the second time it actually makes sense because you're actually expecting it. So here's what I really like, and so I'll take that part out. That it seemed off at first with the way that it almost sounded like a skip, but when they repeated it, it then made sense. I really like how they did. Number one, the guitar solo was perfect. You took my fantasies, turned my world upside down. You wore me down, not knowing you were hurting me this much. Now I can't go back. There'll be no more of us. I believe that we had a chance, but it all went away with a single glance. And then nothing has changed. I'm crashing through space. I'm burning up, and there's nothing that can put out this flame. You killed my dreams, burned my wings. Now I'm crying and screaming, cursing your calling while I'm free falling. So I really like how they went back to her just singing, right? Beautiful. And then boom, they gave her this harmony where you could hear their age in it, and it was nice because it was just a reminder, hey, these are still kids that are singing. But then she got to let go of that power, right? And that you could hear the harmony in the background, free falling, fall, fall, free falling, and them repeating that. Nice mix. There's some things they were trying, like the echo there with Danny's voice. And then the harmonies were great. They dropped it down. Yeah, and then they changed it up with that little skip. I will say my mind still kind of plays that of, was that necessary? It fit, but it's one of those where it's a weird change. Let me know in the comment section if y'all thought that part was weird right there. But overall, I liked it. I really liked the chorus. The chorus is powerful. Both in words and music. And you kind of, there's a song that they did. I swear there's one on Queen of the Murder Scene that I don't, it's not it sounds like a similar beat or pattern. Not exact. I'm not confusing that, but there's just one, it just reminds me of listening to this one. I really like this. So in my mind, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going back through all of the songs to see which one I liked the most. And I don't know. I got to think about that one. Yeah, I got to think about that one because each one is so unique that it's hard to pinpoint because each one has a message, right? Whether it was for Ollie's or Powell's or Danny's first ones, they all are different. So it's hard to judge them to say, oh, okay, I like this one more. I liked them all. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to check out a couple of the live versions as I always do, and then I'll spread these out. So this one will come out at 8, and then at 8:15 and 8:30, just because that's how YouTube allows me to do it, to space them out. I'd love a 5-minute difference, but I'll do it with 15. So that's going to do it as we continue down this path. The next one's piano. So I will cover that one on Thursday, but then I may record, a TED Talk. I'll look to see on that first TED Talk what's included. If there's any spoilers from 21st Century, then I'll jump to 21st Century. If not, then I'll do the TED Talk. So that being said, I'll see you on the live versions. Y'all know who I am, what I'm about. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm JTMM. I'm out.